Brought to you by the medical professionals at Carpal Pain Solutions, developers of the Carpal RX.
If you're having carpal tunnel surgery, whether open release surgery or endoscopic carpal tunnel surgery, there are certain risks and dangers that you should be aware of that are common to both types of surgeries. All surgeries have their own inherent risks and dangers. The first and most common one is a reaction to anesthesia, and that can be very dangerous if it results in a drop in blood pressure, which can quickly result in various other problems. The next danger of surgery is excessive bleeding. Sometimes the bleeding can be so severe that the patient requires a blood transfusion. If blood clots or deep vein thromboses form, they can either cause a stroke or pulmonary embolism. No matter how well the surgical team prepares, infection does happen, and they can range from mild to life-threatening. Breathing difficulty requiring ventilation is not uncommon, especially if the patient is a smoker or has lung problems. Delayed healing can be a real problem, especially if you're trying to return to work that requires hand activity. Finally, while less common than all of the other dangers, death is still a real risk of surgery. There are two other dangers of surgery called hidden dangers because they're not very obvious to most people. The first of these is prolonged recovery time. Most people don't realize how important it is to use their hands, and if your prolonged recovery time is up to a year, you might not be able to return to work or do much else with your hands for that period of time. And for most people, that's economically devastating. The next hidden danger is having surgery for all the wrong reasons. In fact, the diagnosis may not have been carpal tunnel syndrome at all to begin with. The last thing you want to do is go through the pain, expense, and inconvenience of surgery when you didn't need it. And you'll be back at square one with hand pain that you don't know what to do with. So it goes without saying that you must make absolutely sure that your diagnosis is what you're going to have the surgery for, such as carpal tunnel syndrome. Discuss with your doctor the very important fact that most people who have carpal tunnel surgery are dissatisfied with their results, but the vast majority of people who have non-surgical therapy are quite satisfied. Your doctor should candidly and openly inform you of this because those statistics are so important that the Association of Orthopedic Surgeons and the National Institutes of Health recommend that all patients try all non-surgical options before considering surgery. Those non-surgical options that everyone should use first are resting your hand, splinting, especially at night, and deep tissue massage, which is almost 100% effective in relieving symptoms. But it must be applied professionally and every day for at least 2 to 4 weeks. Anything less or improperly applied is useless. And to get professional and effective deep tissue massage therapy for carpal tunnel syndrome, you don't have to visit a therapist every day. Instead, the Carpal RX will give you the same therapy at home. If you have carpal tunnel syndrome, you owe it to yourself to try this remarkable product and take advantage of the 60-day free trial offer with every Carpal RX. If the Carpal RX doesn't relieve your symptoms, or if you just don't like it for any reason, return it for a full refund, including all of your shipping costs. The Carpal RX was specifically designed to treat the wrist and forearm. It works just like a therapist's fingers that are treating you for carpal tunnel syndrome, except it treats you every day and at a fraction of the cost of a therapist. The Carpal RX automatically produces the same motions that a therapist uses to relieve pain and other symptoms, and it's so simple to use. Just plug it in, slide it on, and strap it in. Then relax. The Carpal RX will do the rest. The Carpal RX always has a 60-day free trial, so if you're not completely satisfied with your results, return it for a 100% refund, including all your shipping costs. The Carpal RX is guaranteed to permanently and easily get rid of carpal tunnel syndrome, as well as wrist tendonitis and repetitive strain injury. Visit the Carpal RX at carpalrx.com.